Hello and welcome back. We are going to continue with the story A Gift of Chappals. So we ended at that place where Ravi was complaining to Mridu that how the grown-ups are always telling us to do something, but when we are actually doing something, they are against it. And the example he says is that the grown-ups are always telling us to be kind to animals, but when we are actually loving animals, we are doing an act of kindness towards the animals, then the grown-ups are all about complaining. Okay, so this is how Ravi is complaining to Mridu. And he is saying that if Patti saw me with a glass in my hand just now, I told her I'm very hungry. He is also telling her that how difficult it is for him to get food for the kitten whom they have hidden in their backyard, because when he tried to get some milk for the kitten, his grandmother found it and his grandmother asked him why he was taking a tumbler of milk. To prove that he is indeed hungry, he drank most of the milk in order to prove that it's him who is hungry. So he's just telling us how difficult it is for him to hide the kitten from the grandmother. So follow the book, page number 19. Towards the end of the paragraph. Then she wanted the tumbler back, the tumbler in which the milk was kept. Patti, I'll wash it myself. Why should I put you to trouble? I told her. I had to run and pour the milk into this coconut shell and then run back and wash the tumbler and put it back before she got really suspicious. So in order to hide his action, what did he say to Patti? He said to Patti, that is his grandmother, that actually I don't want to give you the trouble of washing the pitcher, washing the tumbler of milk, and so I'm going to wash it myself and return it to you. Now we have to think of some other way to feed Mahendra. Mahendran is the name which they have given the little kitten. So who is Mahendra? Mahendra is the little kitten, the stray kitten, which is found by Ravi and Meena. Now Mridu is impressed with the name. She says, Mahendran? This little kitty's name is Mahendran? Mridu was impressed. It was a real name, not just a cute kitty cat name. That is not cute kitty or something like that. Okay. But a real name, like the name of a person, Mahendran. Now, Ravi explains, actually, his full name is Mahendra Verma Pallava Punai, MP Punai for short, if you like. He is a fine breed of cat. Just look at his fur, like a lion's mane. And you know what the emblem of the ancient Pallava kings was, don't you? He looked expectantly at Mridu. So we get a little bit of idea about the character of Ravi from this paragraph. That is, he is a scholar. Okay, he is a person who likes to know about a lot of different things. And he is under the impression that this cat is not a simple cat. This cat is not just a stray cat. This cat has got a good line or a good ancestry. So in order to match his ideals, he gives him a very real name. So he is saying that his full name is Mahendra Verma Pallava Punai, the short for which is MP Punai. So if I ask you who is MP Punai, you have to tell me that it's the cat. It's the stray cat which Ravi and Meena finds, and the name has been given by Ravi because he believes that he is a fine breed of cat and he has a royal ancestry. And you know what the emblem of the ancient Pallava kings was, don't you? He looked expectantly at Mridu. So Ravi knows about it. The emblem of the ancient Pallava kings. and so he thinks that probably Mridu also knows about it. So he expects Mridu to know the emblem of the ancient Pallava kings. Mridu giggled. Giggled means smiled. Okay, smiled. Because this was such a extravagant way of explaining a cat, a simple cat. So Mridu giggled. Okay, she thought that it's like a joke for her. Ravi gets a bit offended. So he says, "Think I'm joking? Well, just wait. I'll show you sometime. It's clear you don't know a thing about history." So he knows that his cousin is not as adept at history or historical findings as he is. "Haven't been to Mahabalipuram, have you?" So he's asking Mridu, "You haven't been to Mahabalipuram, have you?" He said mysteriously. Now note the name Mahabalipuram. It's a very famous pilgrim site as well as a tourist spot for us when we visit South Indian regions. It is a place where we go to. Well, when our class went, it's historically very important, Mahabalipuram. Okay, so Ravi is telling her, "Well, when our class went to Mahabalipuram, I saw a statue of his tathas, 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 etc. etc. Okay, so he is saying that probably the statue which he saw in Mahabalipuram, it is the ancient ancestor of this cat, and this is what I saw. Okay, so Tatha, here it is written, it's a Tamil word, it means grandfather. Okay, it means grandfather. So now you know two Tamil words. One is Pati, which means grandmother, and the other one is Tatha, which means grandfather. So you can try calling your own grandparents that. They will be confused. Fact is, Mahindran here is descended from that very same ancient cat. That is the ancient cat who is shown, the statue of which I have seen in Mahabalipuram. Probably Mahindra is actually a descendant of that ancient cat. A close relative, scientifically speaking of course, of none other than the lion. Okay, scientifically the cat is a close relative of the lion according to Ravi. The Pallava lion, emblem of the Pallava dynasty. So he has actually seen a lion and he believes that this cat is a relative of that lion. Ravi went on, walking around the bitter berry bush, waving a twig up and down, his eyes sparkling. This cat is a descendant of none other than the Mahabalipuram Rishi cat. And if I may just remind you, they worshipped cats in ancient Egypt. So he is like a professor in full mode, and he is trying his best to prove his point that this cat which they found here is not a normal cat. It has a royal ancestry, and so the name which he has given for the cat is apt. So he is also referring to the Egyptians who used to worship cats. Okay, so here we stop in this session. We will be continuing with the text in the next session.